Hello everyone, I'm Alana and here's another Q&A where I'm folding clothes. Clearly, I have clothes I need to put away, and it's been a minute since we've done a Q&A on this channel. So I might just always do them while putting clothes away because I hate doing laundry. It is my least favorite task. I'm fine with cleaning, fine with the dishes, don't mind putting the dishwasher in and putting it away. For some reason, I inflate putting laundry away as though it is like an hour's worth of task. It's not. And you might be able to hear Banjo breathing in the background. He's taking a little nap. So it is time to answer some questions, and as always with these, if you want to leave questions for the next one, leave it in the comments of this video, and I will answer a bunch of them. I'm going to put this one at the start of the video when I edit it, because I know I've answered it before, but I took that video down, so let me answer it again. The question is, OnlyFans when? It's literally what it says. And I'm aware that most people who say that are like telling women to make an OnlyFans either because they genuinely actually want to see that woman naked, which, like, what a brazen thing to just say to somebody. Like, we used to keep that a little more quiet. At least we're paying women for nudes now rather than just trying to leak them. That's a huge positive. Or they're, like, trying to harass you. Like, I'm aware that they're trying to, like, it's not a genuine question, but let me answer it genuinely anyway. I will never do an OnlyFans, and the reason for that is pretty boring. I'm in support of it. I have no issue with people doing it. I have many friends, both male and female, who are on OnlyFans. Humans are horny. There's a need there. People are providing for the need. Cool with it. The reason I won't do it is not because I frown upon it or because I think less of people who do it, essentially. It just doesn't interest me. So I've had people be like, you can make so much money if you made OnlyFans. I probably could, but I don't know what gave you the indication that I make moves for money. Like, if I were, like, all about making money, I wouldn't have a full-time job in game development. Not that I'm not paid well. I'm happy with my salary, but I would make so much more money if I quit my job and did content creation full-time. And that's been the case for a long time. But I don't enjoy that. I like working with teams, and I really like being, you know, super creatively challenged and learning new things. That constantly happens to me now that I work in game development. And so with the hours that I have outside of game development, right? Like, if I have a job that's 9 to 5, which is video game writing at Santa Monica Studio, and then my other job is all of my social media stuff, content creation, streaming, YouTube. While I do make money from it, it's always been about fun. Like, it's always been stuff I do for fun in my spare time. You know, if I'm ever stressed or busy, uploading content is what drops. But I still have a ton of fun doing it. I really like streaming. I really like video editing. I like making the silly creative stuff that I can make on this channel, the little, like, weird TikTok videos. I find that stuff really fun. I do not find taking pictures of myself fun. Not to say I never do it. You'll see me do it on Instagram occasionally, and I'm trying to get used to being comfortable with it. But for the most part, having my picture taken, not something I want to spend time on. That's what OnlyFans is, really, right? Like, it's just you take pictures of yourself. And for all of the time that I have in a day, I'm gonna be way happier if I am streaming on Twitch or editing a video, but using my spare hours outside of my job to take pictures of myself every day, just not something that I would ever enjoy. I'm pretty uncomfortable. Oh, okay, Badger. I'm pretty uncomfortable in front of a still camera at the best of times. And yeah, with the limited time I have, I'm just never going to want to do that unless something massively changes in me as a person and I suddenly really like taking photos of myself. It's just never gonna happen. It's just never gonna happen. It's also that, like, I've never really cared about people sexualizing me in comments. Like, I don't care if somebody leaves, like, an inappropriate, like, nice tits. Like, I don't care. But there's no part of me enjoys that. I do not enjoy being aggressively overly sexualized. I don't want to know that I've turned somebody on. Like, if a stranger is telling me that information, that is off-putting to me. I don't want that. It's not, like, keeping me up at night, and it's something that obviously I think, like, virtually every woman on the internet learns to ignore. And I think I ignore it just fine. But it is not something that I would, like, want to professionally contribute to increasing. You know? It's also just, I think it would be a safety issue. Like, I can't even imagine how the girls who are on there, like, they must get some very bad parasocial attachments. And I don't feel like I need more of that in my life. So yeah, I don't, not in the business of turning on strangers, not something that appeals to me. And if I post something where I think I look nice and I feel good about myself, I assure you the desired outcome is not someone sliding in my DMs and being like, ugh, I want to fuck your face. I guess the desired outcome is a friend being like, well, you look cute. Like, that's the dream, especially if it's a girl. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. I also thought I looked cute. So yeah, it will never happen. It's just not in me as a person. I would find it boring and I would see there to be more negatives than positives, and if I cared about money, I would be doing a lot of shit very differently. I would be accepting a lot more sponsorship offers than I do. Does being a millionaire sound great? Yes, but I am happy with the amount of money that I have. I can support myself and my family. I pay all of my own bills, and I don't think I really need more money. Also, like, I wouldn't donate so much money to charity if I cared about money. You know? Will that change in the future? I don't think so. It just keeps falling. It's on like this like claw thing. I don't blame it for not being very sturdy, is what I'm trying to say. Next question is, hey Alana, I noticed you've been wearing more Warhammer shirts. Just wondering, did Rothel get you into Warhammer, and how has that been going? I'm wearing one right now. I think I might have said this before, but no, I got Rothel into Warhammer. He was already painting Legion minis, which is a Star Wars line of minis, and I was like, dude, paint me a Blood Angel, because I was reading Warhammer when I was like 14 years old. I stopped at a certain point and then got back into them at a certain point. I don't really know, but yeah, just started reading them again recently since Rothel has been painting so much. I also have painted my own mini. I'm like weird about it, and then I have zero interest in painting actual minis, like Warhammer minis, because I don't like the fine lines. I've always found art to be very meditative. That's why like vast majority of any kind of art I've done, I used to draw and paint all the time until I stopped a few years ago, was I would just copy things. Like I would look at something on a screen and I would redraw it, always. Because I found that really calming and meditative, and it didn't have to be too precise, and I wasn't super worried about colors being the same or whatever. I was just like, you know, copy something, reference something, and then change it a little. Warhammer is like, you have to copy something so meticulously to really do it, and it's just so much tiny little details. My hands are shaky, my eyesight's not good enough. I'm just not interested in painting miniatures. At least not like your Warhammer type miniatures. I have been painting a Balrog from Lord of the Rings because it's organic, so like I'm not watching a guide. I'm just kind of doing what feels right and just like putting bits of paint, and it's a little messier because it's organic. It's not like fine pieces of metal and buckles and stuff. And I've been really enjoying that. So I'm down to keep doing organic stuff where I don't have to like be meticulous. I can just kind of like have fun with paint, you know? Obviously not at all the right way to do it. I am a scourge to the model painting community, I'm aware. But I've been enjoying it. Next question is, hey Alana, I noticed you look like you've lost some weight recently. I'm just wondering how that's been going. Yeah, so I have lost weight, but not intentionally. I think I said, you know, I obviously put on weight for the fight, and it was very difficult because I had to eat so much food and so much protein to try to pack that on as muscle, which I guess actually isn't even that necessary with boxing. Like a lot of people are like just fat when boxing. But I didn't want to do that to my heart health. It's not good for you in general, right? So I tried to gain it as, well, I guess I did gain it. Like I did a dirty bulk and then I did a cut. And yeah, I've lost weight just because I'm eating less now. It was actually slightly harder than I expected. And like I wasn't trying to lose weight. Like I don't care about what the scale actually says about it, right? I was just like, inevitably I'm gonna stop eating as much because this is unsustainable. It's so annoying. But over time I got used to the amount of food that I had to eat. And so then when boxing was done, I didn't have to work out as much and I didn't have to weigh that much, my appetite was actually kind of the same. Like, even though I wasn't working out as much, I realized that my body had gotten used to eating that much. So I was like, oh, I need to cut this back. And at first I tried to cut way too much. I was like, oh, let me go down to this many calories and just see how it goes. And then I was just like hungry all the time. So I didn't realize this was a thing, that you kind of have to like, I think they call it reverse dieting. You have to decrease calories slowly so that you can adapt to it, which was a thing I didn't know anything about. I thought I could just go back to what I was eating before. But yeah, you have to like incrementally cut it down because your body is used to it now, which yeah, just a thing I did not know about. So I did. And I'm back to eating of my before amount now, and yeah, I've lost weight as a result, but it wasn't like I was like trying to lose weight. It just was inevitable. I had some people be like, oh, you stopped weightlifting? No, I've been weightlifting for 10 years and I love weightlifting. And I don't think I will ever stop doing it. I'm a huge fan. I just like gained all that muscle because I was eating the protein. You can do 1,000 bicep curls and not look like I did. Actually, my weightlifting regimen didn't change really at all. It's just that I was eating so much more protein and so many more calories that I was able to gain muscle. Whereas right now I'm basically doing the exact same workouts, but I'm not as muscular because I'm not giving my muscles the same amount of fuel. I think there's still like a little bit left, but it's not the same. Yeah, it wasn't sustainable to try to eat that much. I wasn't enjoying eating that much, but I also didn't know that it would be a thing that you had to reduce it slowly, so I did, and yeah, have just lost weight as a result. Again, not a thing I was trying to do. I liked having the muscles for sure. I kind of miss them sometimes, but I wanted to go back to eating a regular human amount of calories, and so that's what I did, and thus have just lost weight because of that. I hope that makes sense. Did I explain that well? I have no idea. Next question is, hey Alana, I know you have a big birthday coming up. Just wondering if you have any exciting plans. Oh, thank you for asking. I do. Yeah, I'm turning 30 this month. I'm really excited about it. It's like a big deal for a lot of people, and I have a lot of friends who feel very different ways about it, right? About 30. I feel really positively about it. I feel like in my head I've been 30 for forever. I feel like I've always acted 30. Like in my head I felt like I've been 32 for a long time. I had a list of goals I wanted to achieve by 30 and I achieved all of them. And now I have a list of goals that I want to achieve by 40 and they're a lot harder, I think. I had fun in my 20s, but I worked so hard and I'm like, cool. I set myself up and I really like the life I have now and the stuff I get to do because of how hard I worked in my 20s to set myself up. I can just be a bit more chill about it. Just don't have to, like in my 20s I would have cared about like getting promoted and climbing a corporate ladder, whereas my job now, I said I don't want to get promoted again. I did get promoted and I was happy to be promoted to writer from junior writer, but I'm good where I am. I like what I do. I'm like, we're good. And I feel like that's like a older person's mentality. I'm not trying to get more responsibility or more meetings on my calendar, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm excited about the next chapter of my life and some of the stuff that I want to do. And I'm sure, I don't know if this is naive, but I keep being like, maybe as I get older, some of the creepy shit I have to deal with will lessen. That seems like a good time. Like I can feel more comfortable doing shit that now I don't feel comfortable doing. Because nobody can accuse me of doing it for followers if I'm 40, right? I don't know if that's wishful thinking. I said that to one of my best friends, Steve Spawn. And he was like, Alana, men don't stop being attracted to you when you turn 40. That's just incels on the internet or something like that. And I was like, you know what, he's probably right. But I still have that in my head that as I get a little older, things existing on the internet will be a bit easier for me. So I'm looking forward to that too. But yes, for my 30th, I'm going to Greece and I'm very excited about it. I've actually got to travel a fair bunch this year, but rarely without taking time off work. Like I did go to the UK and to Poland, technically for a work-related thing that I don't want to allude to any further than that, not Santa Monica Studio. But I was still working the whole time, so I'm like taking work meetings at 5 a.m. or whatever to never take a day off. I worked the whole way through Creator Clash. Everyone was like touring the arena and I couldn't go because I had meetings. So I'm taking a week off for my birthday, going to Greece, gonna do some traveling. I'm really excited about it. Like it's summer. I love that I have summer birthdays now that I'm in the Northern Hemisphere. In Australia, my birthday's in winter and I am definitely a summer person. I love the sun, I love swimming, I love the beach. So that's awesome. I'm gonna take this to Greece. Beautiful. So colorful. Let me put that aside actually because I'm gonna start packing soon. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Just a small group of people staying at some pretty islands and ferrying around. And I realized a long time ago, I used to get very sad on birthdays because I'm not with my family, you know? I live in the US because I want to work in the industry here. And there's more opportunity here for me. That doesn't mean I don't want to live in Australia or be with my family. I'd prefer if like all the work stuff could be there than here, then my family move here, right? But I get pretty sad on birthdays and sometimes on Christmas because I'm not with my family and it just feels wrong, you know? Never stopped upsetting me. So I learned a while ago that I need to just make sure I'm doing something on my birthday. But as long as I'm like at it in a new place or like doing something that's different, then it doesn't feel routine and it makes it less sad. So I tend to book myself like trips for my birthday. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. It should be fun. I'm sure I'll post some pictures on my travel Instagram at Leaving Canto, where I just post travel pictures. If you want to check that out, you can. It's fine. Like, they're all iPhone and it's not like I'm great at it, but I do enjoy taking pictures of things. Thank you everybody for watching. If you want to leave a question for the next Q&A, leave it in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time.